In the world of modern geopolitics, few figures are as enigmatic and controversial as Kim Jong Un, the supreme leader of North Korea. Rising to power in 2011, Kim Jong Un inherited a regime steeped in secrecy and a legacy of absolute control. The concept of a golden life in his context refers to the luxurious and privileged existence that comes with leading one of the most isolated and militarized nations in the world. This exploration delves into the various facets of Kim Jong Un's life, examining how his personal opulence and the state's lavish resources contrast with the struggles faced by the average North Korean. By analyzing his lifestyle, policies, and international relations, we gain insight into the complex tapestry of power, privilege, and paradox that defines his reign. The emergence of a leader, Kim Jong Un's ascent to power was swift and unexpected. Born in 1984, he was groomed for leadership from a young age, receiving a Western-style education in Switzerland under a pseudonym to shield his identity. His return to North Korea marked the beginning of a carefully orchestrated rise through the ranks, culminating in his appointment as the supreme leader following the death of his father, Kim Jong-il. The transition of power was marked by a series of high-profile purges and consolidations. Kim Jong-un's leadership style quickly established him as a figure of formidable authority, wielding control over both the party and the military. His initial years were characterized by a mix of calculated reforms and traditional displays of power, setting the stage for his distinct approach to governance. The opulence of power. Kim Jong-un's golden life is perhaps most evident in the stark contrast between his opulent lifestyle and the dire economic conditions faced by many North Koreans. Reports and satellite images reveal the grandeur of his personal residences, including the lavish Ryongsan residence and the sprawling Wonsan resort. These properties are equipped with the finest amenities, reflecting a life of luxury that is far removed from the everyday reality of his citizens. The supreme leader's extravagant tastes extend beyond real estate. Kim Jong-un is known for his love of high-end goods and indulgences, from imported luxury cars to rare wines and gourmet foods. The regime's ability to secure these luxuries despite international sanctions and a struggling economy underscores the extent of his privilege. The cult of personality central to Kim Jong-un's reign is the extensive cult of personality that pervades North Korean society. This is not merely a product of state propaganda, but also a reflection of his personal ambition to cement his status as a near deity in the eyes of his people. Statues, portraits, and monuments dedicated to him are ubiquitous, serving both as symbols of his power and as tools of ideological indoctrination. The regime invests heavily in orchestrating public spectacles that glorify Kim Jong-un, from massive parades to elaborate military demonstrations. These events are designed to reinforce his image as the supreme leader and to consolidate his grip on power. The contrast between these grand displays and the everyday struggles of ordinary North Koreans highlights the disparity between the leader's life and that of his people. The economic and social disparities. While Kim Jong-un enjoys a life of unparalleled luxury, economic and social conditions in North Korea paint a different picture. The country has faced chronic economic hardship exacerbated by international sanctions and internal inefficiencies. Widespread poverty, food shortages, and inadequate healthcare are common experiences for many North Koreans. The regime's focus on military development and grandiose projects often takes precedence over addressing these basic needs. The state's resources are heavily allocated to maintaining a robust military presence and advancing nuclear capabilities, often at the expense of civilian welfare. This disparity between the regime's priorities and the needs of the population underscores the significant gap between Kim Jong-un's life and that of his citizens. The role of international relations. Kim Jong-un's interactions with the international community have played a crucial role in shaping his regime's narrative. His approach to diplomacy is marked by a combination of aggressive posturing and strategic engagement. High-profile summits with world leaders, such as those with U.S. Presidents Donald Trump and Joe Biden, have been used to project an image of power and influence on the global stage. These diplomatic engagements often serve to bolster Kim Jong-un's domestic legitimacy by demonstrating his ability to negotiate with major world powers. At the same time, they provide him with opportunities to secure economic concessions and enhance his personal standing. The juxtaposition of these international interactions with the ongoing isolation and hardship faced by North Koreans highlights the complex dynamics of his leadership. The impact of sanctions and isolation. International sanctions imposed on North Korea have had a profound and far-reaching impact on the country's economy and its people. These sanctions, designed to pressure the regime to dismantle its nuclear weapons program and address severe human rights violations, have severely strained North Korea's economic system. Measures such as restrictions on trade, financial transactions, and access to international markets have led to significant economic difficulties. ordinary North Koreans experience heightened scarcity of essential goods, reduced access to healthcare, and widespread poverty as a direct consequence. Nevertheless, Kim Jong Un has managed to uphold his opulent lifestyle despite these sanctions. The regime's ability to sustain his lavish lifestyle highlights its capacity to divert state resources and engage in illicit activities to circumvent economic restrictions. This ability to maintain a high standard of living for the elite, while the general population endures severe hardship, underscores the stark and growing divide between Kim Jong Un's golden life and the plight of ordinary North Koreans. The resilience of Kim Jong Un's regime in navigating these economic pressures reveals the extent to which the state prioritizes the leader's personal needs over the welfare of its citizens, further entrenching the socio-economic disparities within the nation. The future of Kim Jong Un's golden life. As Kim Jong Un continues to navigate the complexities of leadership, his golden life remains a subject of intense scrutiny and debate. The ongoing challenges of international diplomacy, economic sanctions, and internal dissent will shape the trajectory of his reign. How he manages these challenges will determine the extent to which he can maintain his privileged existence while addressing the needs of his people. The future of Kim Jong Un's life is inextricably linked to the broader dynamics of North Korean politics and international relations. His ability to adapt to changing circumstances and to sustain his personal and political power will be critical in shaping the next chapter of his regime. The life of Kim Jong Un, often characterized as a golden life, is a study in contrasts. His opulent lifestyle, marked by luxury and privilege, stands in stark opposition to the economic hardships and social inequalities faced by many North Koreans. His leadership is defined by a complex interplay of personal indulgence, state propaganda, and strategic diplomacy. As North Korea continues to navigate its place in the global arena, the dichotomy between Kim Jong Un's life and that of his citizens remains a poignant reminder of the disparities inherent in his regime. Understanding this contrast offers valuable insights into the nature of power, privilege, and governance in one of the world's most secretive and isolated states. The ongoing evolution of Kim Jong Un's life and leadership will be closely watched, as it will continue to shape the future of North Korea and its role on the world stage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Until next time, keep dreaming big and living well.